so we just finished with week 11. Let's go ahead and hop on the scale, see how you guys did, and see who's going, how the leaderboard is going to shake up with 1 week left. Speaking of the leaderboard, I got it right here. In 13th place, down 11.9 pounds, 7.39%, Pam. In 12th place, down 19 pounds, 8.15%, Heather C. In 11th place, down 17 pounds, 11.22%, April. In 10th place, down 26.6 pounds, 12.2%, Afia. In 9th place, down 18.4 pounds, 12.25%, Catherine. In 8th place, down 22.6 pounds, 12.83%, Kia. In 7th place, down 19 pounds, 12.94%, Corey. In 6th place, down 28.1 pounds, 13.18%, Desawa. In 5th place, down 37.6 pounds, 14.15%, Heather N. In 4th place, down 27 pounds, 14.34%, Myrna. In 3rd place, down 45.2 pounds, 18.89%, Zach. In 2nd place, down 51.2 pounds, 20.41%, Jerry. And in 1st place, down 56 pounds, 24.6%, Mr. Ken Brown. In the past 11 weeks, 378 pounds have been lost. 378 pounds. People that hit new decades this week, Corey got into the 120s.
Yay!
Oh, Corey!
A long time coming.
Yes, awesome job. Awesome job. And Jerry hit Wonderland.
Woo! Yay!
Awesome job. Jerry, 51.2 pounds in 11 weeks. That is insane. Hitting Wonderland, just absolutely crazy. And so congratulations to everybody. Awesome freaking job. Awesome freaking job. Awesome freaking job. And so we are moving into our last week of phase 1. Our last week of phase 1. Can you believe it? Like, kind of crazy. We're on the last week. And so we're going to talk about a couple things tonight, but here's what I will say before we get into anything is so many people have a tendency to start strong, and starting strong is actually you have to make a decision, but after the decision's made to get started, it's fairly easy to be committed in the beginning. It's fairly easy to be excited when something's new. However, the newness and the excitementness and the, oh my gosh, I'm doing this and the pounds are coming up, and it starts to wear off eventually. And what you're always left with is the work. When the excitement leaves, the work is what's there. And so finishing strong never happens by chance. It always happens by choice. We never finish strong just on our own. If we go back to talking about our habits, finishing strong is a habit and not finishing is a habit. Have any of you ever had anything in your life or several things in your life that you started, but you just didn't finish? You just left the project unfinished. You left the weight loss unfinished. You were like, meh. Anybody ever had a project?
So many.
Right? So many. And so as we're coming into this last week, I really want, and really what you're doing right now is you're building momentum for the second 12 weeks. You're building momentum. And some of you have been consistent and you've been building it and you're seeing the fruits of that. You're seeing the fruits of that. And some of you guys have been a little more wobbly and a little more unstable and a little on again, off again. And listen, this is not to beat anybody up because this is not a comparison. It's just for you to know where you're at. We can't be upset at the results we don't have for the work we didn't put in. We can't be upset at the results we don't have for the choices we made. We're all where we're at because of our own freaking choices. And that's not good or bad. It just is. It just is. It is what it is. And we can't do anything about the past, but we can learn from it. We can't change it, but we can learn from it. And we can make a decision of, okay, how am I going to finish this last week? Like if I'm rating it on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being I'm going to gimp across the finish line, 10 being I'm going to finish stronger than I started, what would our commitment be? What would our commitment be? How are we going to choose to finish? Because I don't have to ask who is as excited as they were in week 1. Nobody is as excited, but we got to stop waiting on excitement to be our motivator. Motivation never comes first. It never comes first. Do you know what motivation actually comes after? Do you know how to get motivation inside of you? You know how to get going and get motivated? So often
Action.
Doing the thing.
Action.
Consistent action.
Ooh.
Consistent action. Consistent, let me say, consistent action in the right direction. Because here's the thing. So often people say, Carmen, action. But what I can do action. I can pick up my phone and scroll. If I'm trying to build my business, picking up my phone and scrolling Facebook is action, right? But it's action in the wrong direction. Going upstairs and picking a fight with my husband is action. It's not going to get me to my marriage goal. Does that make sense? And so it's not just acting, it's doing the actions that get us to our goal. Consistently doing the actions that get us towards our goal. That is where if we want to be motivated, we've got to start by consistently doing the right actions. Motivation always follows that. So it's making the choice of how am I going to finish? It's making that declaration of what is this week going to be? What is today going to be? It's not, even when you guys are going on vacations, when fear creeps in, it's because we've allowed it to. When we have a fear of messing up, when we have a fear of things not going well, when we have a fear of being in a certain situation, it's because we're not taking those thoughts captive and we're not saying how it's going to go. Fear can only come in if we let it, is the truth. And so, no, it's the last week. I'm gonna nail it. I'm gonna slay it. I'm going to visit my family. Shoot, I'm gonna be the influencer, not the influence. I'm gonna nail this. People are watching me. I'm gonna make sure that I'm leading properly. So it's what kind of person are we choosing to be today? What kind of actions are we choosing today, this week, this month? And it's that kind of mindset. It's that kind of mindset that it's shifting those thoughts. It's shifting. This is why so often, we talk so much of what we do inside of here is dealing with this. Because I know that if I don't change the way you think in these 24 weeks, we're screwed. You're screwed. Because in order to change your body, you've got to change the way you think. You're here on purpose. You're here for a reason. And some of you don't even know what that bigger reason is yet. But if you're not faithful with what is in front of you, faithful with the little, which is drinking your freaking water. If you're behind by 30 ounces at 10 o'clock at night, chug it. And if you have to wake up to pee at 4 a.m., the next day, I don't do it. You'll learn real quick when you give your butt some consequences versus letting yourself off the hook. Because I just don't wanna pee at night. No. Hey, I did it too. I ain't judging. I totally been there. But we need to get real with ourselves. And we need to get real with the effort. And we need to get real with the mindsets. And listen, last thing I want to say on this, then we're going to get over to you guys. I know all of you aren't struggling with this, but I know some of you are. If you're secret eating at all, if you are secret eating at all, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. I'm talking about a bite and then coming in here and saying, I'm still on track. Because secret eating is part of what got us here. Secret eating, shame, hiding, lying, being dishonest. They're all one and the same, by the way. Secret, the bites that nobody sees and you don't tell, and you still pretend like you checked all your boxes that day. And this isn't about you being in trouble. Understand, my biggest goal, the whole reason why there's a structure in place and consequences is because I know if there's not a consequence, you won't do it. We've been fluffy most of our lives because we could be, right? We're coming up against some of the hardest habits. But what you eat in private shows that, and some of you have been able to secret eat and still lose weight every week. And so it's become this thing that you just do, and you're still getting results. And again, if this doesn't apply to you, let it go in one ear and out the other. But I know it applies to some of you because I've totally been the person, the Christian who loves God and talks to my kids about honesty. And then there I was popping something in my mouth and being like, I nailed the day. I slayed the day. Go me. And I ate a pretzel. That pretzel wasn't on my plan. If I put the pretzel in my mouth and it wasn't on my plan, what does that mean my tracker stepped back to? 0. It's more about you being honest with where you're at than being at 20 freaking 1. I don't care if you're at 21 if you're not being honest. If you're not building the right habits, it means nothing. And so you have got to fight to not be that secret eater, to not be that liar, because that's what we are. We lie to ourselves and then we in turn lie to everybody else. And it's got to stop because that is self-sabotage, friends. That's what that is. And it's not rooting out the habits. And so I would rather you be a hot mess and come in here and be like, I freaking ate a pretzel and I've been lying about it, but I'm not lying no more. So I'm at 0. Because that is what's going to help you get to where you want to go. Not pretending to be perfect when you know you're not. Because then also here's the thing. How do you really feel when you know you're lying? When you know you're not being honest? When you know you don't, when you really know you're not at 21, but I'm going to say it because, the rest of the group is killing it. And I don't want to look like the schmuck that can't get it right. It's not about impressing anybody else in here. It's about you gaining the skills you need to get to your goal. All right, so here is, I'm going to let, this is kind of going to get to be, you got 2 choices here, okay? You're going to get to either answer the question. You're going to get to answer the question of how you're going to finish. And if you have anything to confess, this is going to be your time to get it off your chest.
So, I mean, I haven't lately, but there have been times I have fudged on some things and not wanted to confess. But I made my commitment last time and I have been committed. And yeah. So how I'm gonna finish is that I was just talking about that tonight about like my goal had changed originally. I would have already surpassed my goal, but I still have 6 pounds. So like I really would like to get there as soon as possible. So I'm really determined to be very, very building those habits also, so that it's not just finishing and getting to a goal, but that it is maintaining and that I am doing that to the best of my ability.
Hello. Yeah, so I was looking at the sorry about that. Annoying little buzzes and things. Let's see. I was looking at the I hadn't thought about a date by which to achieve a goal. And I had to kind of backtrack and kind of think like, okay, well, what I've been averaging, and I have 3 different dates. One would be if it's 2 pounds a week, it would be November 21st. If it was 3 pounds a week, it would be October 17th. And if it was 4 pounds a week, it would be September 26th. I think that between September, October range sounds very beautiful to me. And I'm going to finish strong.
Hello there. So I thought it was going to be my goal weight in 2 weeks. But I still have fluff. So I redid my goal weight to 114. I still don't really know. I should reach that September 19th. As far as confessions, I definitely have a confession. Last week I had plain watermelon vodka, but I kept my containers at all the lowest calories so that I could still lose weight. But that's also why my tracker is so low. So that's the confession, and I don't want to do that anymore.
I do have some admission to make. My admission is I was an absolute moron for not taking Energizer sooner. And now that I take that stuff on the regular, I'm pretty sure it is illegal. But I will be, if you see me in a 12-step program, it's because somebody took strawberry lemonade away. So it'll be fine. And my other guilty admission is that I take Recover every day, regardless of whether it is a rest day or not, because it just tastes so daggone good. And I always feel so tired. So yeah, it's a whirlwind of emotions. But yeah, those are my confessions. Listen, I'm gonna sound like a broken friggin' record. I came to win this thing. That's how I finish. I finish as number 1. I finish as a winner, regardless of whether it says number 1, number 2, or number 13. But I set a goal, and that's my goal, and that's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. So, yeah.
Hi. Okay, how are you going to choose to finish? Man, I'm gonna finish strong, and just the fact that I could finish anything. Seriously, I know I talked about this in my why video, has just been revolutionary. Like, I think it's so cool that you said, okay, you need to pick a workout program and finish it, because like that follow through, learning how to follow through on anything has almost been the most significant part of this for me. I mean, I was journaling yesterday and I did this whole thing about all these things that I've gained from this program: strength and self-love and persistence and flexibility, new life skills, confidence, and yes, confidence, guys, and I know you see it. And so I can say with confidence that I'm actually going to finish this. And that to me is just the biggest thing. I think what you're saying about getting to that finish line, yeah, I don't want to stop short of it. So I'm gonna be a big girl and actually do the math and figure out how long it might take. And then, as my friends, you guys are encouraging me, just look at it and keep saying I can do this.
So my confession is the day that I got COVID, I really wanted to go. I went to Target to get a jacket, and I really went up to that damn Twix bar and Reese's Pieces because I was like, screw it, something's wrong with me. And I didn't eat it. I just didn't eat it all until after that night. After I got diagnosed with COVID, I ate dinner. So I'm proud of myself for not screwing up, because I really did think I'd screwed up, but I didn't screw up. So that's my confession. So I have nothing bad to say. My plan on finishing is that I am just going to finish kind of like I've done I think the last 6 weeks have been really good for me. I think I really kind of hit a stride. I feel like I have a habit. So I'm just going to stick to the plan and work the plan. And I am going to do the math on when the goal should be. I'm going to do it kind of like what Zach did, like a 3-6 and a 2, 3, and 4 pound goal.
Okay, how am I gonna finish this? I'm gonna finish stronger than when I started, because I do think that the bones are all here, but you got to figure out what it is for yourself. And for me, it's that water. It's water in before 6 o'clock at night. 6 has got to be like the latest the water goes in. And I can have really, really good days, and then there's days that it ain't good. And I've chugged water in the middle of the night, and that just doesn't, my body doesn't like it as well. So it's like sorting out what my body likes. Oh, I am also addicted to the recovery. And I think that the branch chain amino acids and stuff are really good for your muscle recovery. And I really don't think that should be a confession. I think that it should just be okay to drink Recover whenever you want to, as long as you use the box.
So for me, I come and confess a few days ago that I have been struggling with emotional eating, cheating, eating off plan, especially last week. I wanted to hide that, obviously, because I was embarrassed and I wasn't proud of those behaviors. But I joined this group for the support and for the accountability. And I realized that I couldn't use the group for those purposes if I'm not honest with myself and honest with the people that I am hoping to get those from. That's why I came and confessed. This meeting has been spot on. Everything that I needed to hear tonight. So thank you, Carmen. And thank you, everyone else. My goal was never to win, but that probably speaks more about my self-esteem and not believing that I could. It was just a finish. And kind of like Kia said, finishing is a big deal to me because I have started so many programs, even just in the past few years, and not finished one of them. So to know that I will finish this, and then I will finish the next 12 weeks, and then I'm not done, and it's going to be a long-term thing that I'm accepting. I'm excited about that. I'm proud that I am finishing this, and I am going to make this week my strong end.
For the next, first of all, how am I going to finish? So for me, I've never gotten to my goal. I've done lots of diets, as we've already talked about, and I've never gotten to my goal. And so I have mapped it out that if I stay on plan for the next 12 weeks, I will reach my goal. And if my calculations are correct, I'll be at my goal, and I will have 2 weeks of being able to be in the freedom phase within the program. I have 165 on my Apple Watch, and I look at this 500 times a day, because that's my goal, 165 pounds. And I am going to reach that goal. And so I'm going to finish, and I'm going to finish successful. So that's how I'm going to finish.
How I'm going to finish is I'm going to be excited to use my tracker. Actually, I didn't say I'm going to. I said I'm excited to use my tracker.
Good job. Good job. So I just need those
That's
two
what's written here. And I really, what Myrna said really resonated with me with the doing better at my workouts. I'm really scared to hurt my knee. And so I have been not pushing myself hard enough. So I am going to call my ortho and get my knee looked at. And I am going to step up from the farthest away modification and just do the closest modification, because the program that I'm on has 2 people modifying, and I've been going with the girl in the back. But I think I can do what the girl who's closer. I think I can do what she's doing, because she's still doing low impact.
Now then, for me, I am following directions. I am enjoying the process. I cannot say I did that all the time, but I'm learning to enjoy the process. Every step, every minute. I love the enthusiasm of the team. I love the team pushing and challenging and stepping into it. And I'm just going to complete what I set out to do, right? I'm going to finish the vision, aligning my goals, and making it a task, and my tasks become a daily accomplishments. And that's what I'm doing.
Like, it's so incredibly inspiring to watch you do it, to watch you do this thing. I mean, if you guys stop and think about the fact of 12 weeks ago, you were a totally, completely different human being than what you are right now. You had different habits, different thoughts, different visions, different goals, different like ways you were investing and spending your time. If you think about how far you have come in 11 weeks, we're not even halfway through yet. I mean, almost, but not quite. And look at how far you've come. That is pause worthy, not stop worthy, pause worthy. It's worthy of pausing and going, look at what I've done, and look at how far I've come already, and look at the possibility of where I can still go. Like, it's incredible. And so now's the time to put our head down. Now is the time to focus, to stay focused, to refocus, to focus harder, bigger, better than we've been, to finish strong by chance, by choice, not by chance. To be intentional with our words, with how we're speaking to ourselves, with what's going on in here, even when no one else is listening, with how hard we're pushing in our workouts, with getting our water and getting our food in. It's time to start buying in to the vision that we've been creating these past 11 weeks. It's time to start buying in for what is possible in your life. You guys are incredible. You've come so far in such little time. And I can't wait to see where you continue to go as we continue on this journey.